We all right. Who's that revving their engine like this? All right, what's up? Time for some chill time. So, what do we have here? Let me change my screen. So I'm just testing out this Mustang. Let me show y'all. Show y'all how we ride in the day. So that, they gonna let me. Let me see. All right. That's what we about to ride. And everybody done left already. This grid is a San Francisco grid, and the makers of this car, ACL Legends, or Assetto Corsa Legends. I'm gonna have my fun looking at all the modifications, seeing if they working. So let's have some fun. So I want y'all to know a few things. First, let me say something. First, the gadgets. What you see over here is the tires. I'm using an app called Tires, which help you to know whether your tires are hot or not while you're driving. When you modify a car, you want to build something where the tires gonna stay green, obviously. Because green means they're in the proper heat range. Right here, you see my pedals. If I press the clutch, you see blue go up. I press the brake, you see red. Hit the gas, you see that. And then what you have last over here is my tire slip. So if the tires start slipping, you can tell by looking there. Next, we see the gears. First, you're gonna see RPMs. On the inside of RPMs, you're gonna see boost. On the inside of RPMs, it'll be a red dot for boost. So I'm just about to test out a few things. I really ain't just gonna be driving, but few things about this thing I've been working on is it's too fast. It's outrageously fast. I got it like unrealistically fast, but I'm gonna scale back on my next mods. I just wanted to see what I could achieve. And so we're gonna take this San Francisco grid and have some fun real quick. I mean, this thing blow off. So every other car besides the traffic you see on the road is a modification somebody built. And I download them offline to see if my mods could run on their mods, basically. So I got that covered. Now it's just about making sure you stay within realistic specs. So I'm not about to just start blamming on the gas, but I gotta get a feel for this car. See, somebody come and try to ride on me right now, but I ain't gonna trip and get too hyped. I'm just gonna show you what she could do with no turbo on. Eventually. Let's let them pass me up. They can't even really pass me, and I'm driving slow though. But these old cars don't handle like that. I'm gonna start driving, just let me warm up. You see that cougar in my rearview mirror? He is a coug nut in my rearview mirror. I'm gonna blow his doors off. Let me just show him what he's dealing with here. Hold on. It's gonna get ugly in a minute. Let me let him go. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. So I didn't build that car over there, so I like to run mines against them to see how they run. So let's get it in a little bit. We riding through Frisco. Got you already, buddy. I could have tipped you over, but I ain't gonna do that. I could be pulling him harder than this, but I didn't want to because see how he just rapped? I didn't want to rap. See how you can look in my rearview mirror, he rapped. I ain't going fast at all, I'm just chilling. Let this thing run. I knew I was gonna do that, damn. I'ma still keep riding for a minute. So I got the throttle control on and all this old stuff, and one of the turbos is off. One of the turbos is off. But what I want to build a car that can handle and still do ridiculous stuff when people download the car. So I'm gonna wait for this next opponent right here and see what he's doing. It's the same car that just rapped. He's trying to catch back up to me. Oh no, it's a different car. Let's go. I'm about to blow his doors off. Hold on, let me move this stuff off the middle of the screen for y'all. Down here, yeah, there we go. See, this thing too fast. I built it too fast. That's why people want to get their hands on something like this. Look. I'ma snatch you. Woo! Oh, don't lose it, see? So there you go right there, I lost it. So I've been working on that lately, trying to make sure that I'm getting this distraction right. But let's rock that again one more time before we start working on the whip. You see, she started off lovely. I'm in the pit right now, so she gonna run how she run. Yeah, them revs, some of them revs, you're right. We gonna work on that. Thanks for saying that, dude. I actually been dealing with that. When he say the revs are too high when I'm switching gear, yeah, so I'm getting out the pit. Some of those revs is too high. But we gonna look at all that. And we ain't even got one of them turbos open. Hold on, let me turn on this boost so we can hear it. Ooh, that was making me dizzy because I wasn't looking. Hold on real quick. All right. You see how, so what's that car, people? When it hit that rev before it actually started taking off? What is that? But he snatched him real easy. So this is another modded car that just got snatched. Let me see. So I'm not just trying to build a straight goer, but I really didn't snatch him. Turbo ain't even turned on, but these normal cars, I mean that other people built, is just easy to beat. Ah, there we go. So I kind of want to take some of that slide out of it, but when she start getting powerful like that, what can you do? All right, let's go open her up. It's hard to open her up here, but yeah, let's try to open her up. So look, what y'all gonna see is I put a look at the top of the screen. How y'all like that cockpit adjustable turbo? I had to figure the code out for that, and we gonna go over it. But look, so I'm gonna start out with the turbo on 10%, and then I'm gonna put throttle control on 3, which is gonna mean that it's gonna be harder to drive, but she about to start running. 10% turbo gonna be ridiculous already with throttle control 3. But we're gonna start getting open. Come on, let me get up out of here, out of the pit. All right, there we go. Hold it, out the pit. There we go. First I had to get my driving handlebars on. See how she slide more? But it's cool, because that traction control down, but it's cool. I can barely see, man, too. That's just a normal car, man. Me and my partners, we taking over the streets, and the pedestrians might not like it. See? That's that throttle control. I'm gonna take her someplace to get her open, but right now I was working on handling. But yeah, okay. I'm just going as fast as I could go. This is an old school B. But it run though. Let's see. See, I'm snatching all these dudes easily. I just don't want to lose it. You don't drive it on too though. I just ain't putting it on too quick. This is safety first. See, you don't want to bap the old school. Woo, that was a good one. And I'm still in front of dude. Where he at? He driving real slow, bruh, in that Boss Mustang. So y'all want to see me blow his dogs from a different perspective? That's what we doing. See, that's what you do. He running though. That's what I'm trying not to do. Ooh! You messing up the old schools, bro. Oh my gosh. Dude coming through airborne. Let's see me snatch. So those revs is too high. No, I got the wrong engine sound on this car after I, All right, Bow, there you go. We out of here. So let's go someplace else and work on the car and do some of that, because that's a fun track for me to see whether my handles is getting on right. But I really need to take it to a test yard to do my top speed before I go into to working on it. Shout out to anybody in the chat. Let me see. I'm gonna go to this one track, this one. Woo. Now, I got her up unrealistically to some speeds like 375. But it was really me trying to learn how to work the mechanics of the car. So the same car I just was driving, if I put the right gear and stuff on it, which I'm about to do, again, could get to those unrealistic speeds. And it was just for me trying to get my achievement up. Trying to get my achievement up and learning how to modify these cars in this game. Because you can't just go type horsepower and then go drive. It's not like NBA Live where you buy some new kicks. You go into the files and you gotta actually make the car perform better by manipulating the code a little bit. So you can watch YouTubes and copy other people's code, or you can do what it takes to start learning. So here I'll be able to open it up a little bit, but this track ain't that tight. Oh, what happened here? Damn, they straight, it looked like they ended me. The game said it didn't want to play this track. That's what it looked like it said. Let me see. Yeah, that's what it said. So what, I put some cars they didn't like or something? Sometimes on these modified tracks, you might start it in a way that the game don't like and be forced to do some other stuff. Let me see. But this has a circuit on it, so let's try that one more time, see what happens. Oh, see what happened. Then I'm gonna just try again. If this one don't load up, I might just go in and start tampering with this car a little bit, or build another one from scratch to show those who are actually interested in that type of stuff how all those modded cars you see on YouTube actually get like that. Because you buy the game, you can't ride nothing this fast, and that's what's so fun about it. All right, this time it didn't crash, so maybe it's because I'm streaming. So all I'm gonna do, is go to Silverstone. I actually got this far. I don't know about the other cars that should be here with me, but I think one just taking off around the corner. I mean, she tight, but now we're gonna get to see her really get open. This ain't even gonna be, why he ain't driving? See, sometimes you'll put an artificial car in there and he just sitting there hollering at them people. What you doing, family? Anyway. So I'm gonna give a couple passes. See how that's doing that? That's what I gotta, that's one thing I gotta fix. Let me show you something. Oh, dude coming. I'm gonna blow his doors off anyway. Look, all right, what I'm trying to fix is the over revs when I speed shift. Watch me catch this fool. See that? All right, what? When I speed shift, it's gonna over rev. Hold on, I'm doing too much with my throttle. There we go. Easier on the throttle. Hold on, man. It's hard to get her over, I'm telling you. But she going 220 right now. That's why I just ran past dude and people I couldn't even see on the map. It's funny. Now she going 213. Where we at? I'm not even watching the road. 233. So I told you I built this to some ridiculous, to a ridiculously fake. She going 360. Come on, man. Now, you know that's fake, okay, but I wanted to see could I do it. Because why? Because when you buy the game, cars, you can't do this. So you gotta go figure it out how. And it's not like you can't watch a YouTube to figure it out. So I know I got her running top speed. I ain't tripping off that. Every car I just blew by was a car from online that I downloaded to see if they would be faster than my cars. So like this dude right here, I handle him and he just hit me from behind on some, oh my God, why you do that? Do we know I know how to drive? Why you do that? Why you do that, bro? Hold on. Let me get him. Did I get him? Hold on, I'm supposed to get him better than that. Why you do that, bro? Damn. I tried to spin him out, spin myself out. All right, that's child, though. Now, obviously, I built that over the specs I would like to see if I could achieve what I wanted to achieve. Let's go back and get into some of those files and see how some of that is getting done. Yeah, that traction control was on 3, but with that that second turbo, believe it or not, was not even turned up. So that's just ridiculous. But the thing is, these old cars really didn't come with traction control. If you buy one, if you get one that somebody else built, they probably ain't even gonna put that on there. Me having fun, I did put that on there, but the setting that it was on at the moment, when you just seen it, it was really, really low. So I'm going to start doing something that a lot of people already know how to do, but if you never modded these cars, we're going to get into it. I'm just going to tell them to open this car up inside of the, tell them to open it up in the content tab. So again, this is just ridiculous that it got 5,000 horses, right? Obviously, you see it also is handling it because on a straightaway, it could do just ridiculous amounts. But how did you get it there? I didn't just use the car tuner and say increase the horsepower by 100% because that would not work. You basically won't be able to achieve these YouTube type of speeds or whatever. And so one thing is you have to unpack the data. You got the data unpacked. What's going to happen is a folder will open up. You get that folder to open up. You got unpacked data. You go into the data files. And you'll begin to start seeing the things that make that car perform. So when dealing with what my man was just saying about them over revs, particularly is something I've been working on this car. It is when I speed shift, the car will not drop RPMs. Instead, it will go up. Talking to my car people, or even some of my, video game car people, where would I look inside working on this car to deal with the fact that when I shift, the revs go up. When I engage the clutch, when I come out of the clutch into the next gear, she already on the red line. Well, I wouldn't start with my engine. I would eventually go into the engine, but first I would start by looking into my drivetrain because that might have a lot to do with my drivetrain. All right. And so you're going to open up the drivetrain.ini file. And so this is why a person like me is attracted to a game like this, because building your car and making your mods is in the standard type of, it's not like in a graphic user interface where you can just say, ooh, bigger rims or whatever. You have to go in and figure it out. So if I can make this text big enough for people to see, this is what makes the car go. This is the transmission file. So obviously that car didn't come with 6 gears. It came with a 4-speed Muncie. I went into another car's transmission and copied this file into this car's data. So now it got a 6-speed. Sort of simple as that, but you can't mix and match the wrong stuff as your car start running funny to the extent I have mine running funny now. It's running really good. I worked on it for about 2.5 weeks, but as y'all see, it still got some little loopholes. One of them we're gonna work on is trying to get those revs down, particularly between shifts and going into the next gear. It shouldn't be on the red line. It should go silence and then but mine's just going silence and then and so nah, that's not right. You feel me? And so in investigating all of this, you got your gears. Here you got your rear end gear ratio. So this one don't got 383s, it got 381s. You feel me? This gear ratio here, the 342s, is actually the final gear ratio of all of the transmission gears, as we see. Right here it says gear ratio for my rear end. That's what the R stands for. Rear end gear ratio. But then it says forward gear ratios must be equal to the number of gears defined on the count. So we got 6 gears defined on the count right here. So this gear ratio, it got to be equal to that. And you, for each gear, you show them just exactly how big that gear is. You can skew these values, but they have to be skewed to equal something. So your final gear ratio. Right here, we got some 3.42s or whatever. But again, that's not in the rear end. That's the final transmission gear ratio. So this is the fun part to me. It ain't the other driving around. I do less driving around. I do more working on these cars. It'd be crazy. So now we dealing with differential. We understand differentials from working on RC cars. Let me simplify it for people who just know hood cars. Posi traction. You say it got posi or it don't got posi. If it got posi, you got 100% locked rear differential. It means that both of the tires are going to spin under power no matter what. No matter if you brake traction or not. Now, if you have a unlocked differential, you can scale how much posi you got. In Oakland, we called it posi. The long scientific term is positive traction. All right. So if somebody buying your car, they say it got posi. Yeah, it got posi because you know you done went in that rear end already, probably put some gears, and you definitely put a lock differential in there, right? And so now that's how you achieve your positive traction. But in this with modern differential, what's gonna happen? Since it's not locked, you can go from percentages. So you can go from 0% to 1%. So this one is at 50%. That means that under power, the differential is going to send 50% of the power to the tire that ain't slipping. You feel me? Or the tire that is slipping, one of the two. Y'all can see, I think it's the one that got the most traction or whatever, or the least traction. Regardless, it's at 50%, so it's split down the line. If I put it at 60, it'd be a little different. But it's basically going to put 50% of the power, you feel me, is if one of them starts slipping, that's how it gets divided. And this is under coast. So when you coasting, your differential will act different. So when you take up off the brakes, you can make an unlocked differential act different from when you coasting and when you power. Why you want to do that? Because you ever hopped in a vet and you driving a vet, you hit the gas while you're hitting the corner and the ass just slide around the corner. That's because of that. It got a lock differential. But what about when you coasting? You don't want the same effect. You want to get more braking power and more less wobble on braking, right? And so your coasting differential will also affect that. Now, I'm not the best to define what the preload is, but obviously we know the preload is the power that is loaded up in the differential before it does its thing. So if you want it to hit hard, you're going to have more of a preload. If I'm correct, someone could correct me on that. And if you want it to hit softer, you're gonna have less of a preload. I don't want it to hit hard because it got 5,000 horses. It'll cause me to break traction. So I got the preload down to 1, and this could go up to 100. And so I could change any one of these values and hop in the car, and it's gonna drive different. And that's what's fun about games like this to me. Now, I arbitrarily pick my own values for my gearbox change-up timing. All right, so we define the gears here, but we got to define the change up timing. And look, auto cutoff is on, and that's another problem. See this auto cutoff? So I probably could just change this right here. Wait, let's see something. Let's see something over here. Auto cutoff time for upshifter, 0 to disable. So it hasn't been disabled. It's been on. So that's one thing. You don't want to make too many changes before you drive the car, but I know that ain't one that's going to affect what I'm looking for. We came in here because those RPMs when going through these gears keep on going, eh? Now, believe it or not, it might be another place I should look, but one of the first places I'm about to look is in my clutch torque. Why am I looking at my clutch torque? And please tell me about my misunderstanding of cars. Now, you know the clutch is between the transmission and the engine. And if the power of your clutch is the clutch torque. So if you ain't got no clutch torque, you can't slow the engine down. When you hit the clutch to go in the gears, am I wrong? That could be wrong. Clutch torque could be used for other things, but we know how a clutch spins, and in order for it to have enough force to do certain things, I think I need to deal with my clutch torque, and that's the first change we're gonna deal with before we hop back into the car. So, and I'm starting out drastically to illustrate something that I wouldn't do it this way if I wasn't live. I'm about to hop from 1,000 clutch torque to what a high performance car like this would have. Now, if anybody in the chat is into what I'm talking about, y'all already know what I'm talking about, that you ain't about to have nothing with no 5,000 horses and the maximum clutch you got on the torque is 1,000. Why would, I don't think that'll be working. I think I would be going higher, but somebody said them torque heavy muscle cars don't understand ratios. Yeah, that might be true too. Well, what we're gonna do for a quick, fast example, I'm going up hella high. I'm going to 4,000 on the clutch torque. The reason why is because I'm gonna show you the reason why. Because I could just open up some muscle cars that's already up there, but I also use, this is why it's so fun. Excuse me, MUSCLE car clutch torque. I didn't finish. So now we're gonna start seeing different things in here. See, they not measuring this in foot pounds. So this is being measured in foot pounds. I think the other one is being measured in Newton meters. So 1,000 Newton meters. You know, if you ever used a torque wrench, the difference between Newton meters and foot pounds. And so I don't want to mess none of this up either, but you get hella Newton meters within a foot pound. You know, somebody could also do that inside of what we're talking about. But basically, let's see if I could do NM up here. If that not NM, all right. So now they doing really low NM on these cars over here. But look, high torque one way bearings. I hope they're not talking about, are they in a clutch or not? I don't even know if they're in a clutch. Yeah, they in some spring clutch. Anyway, I seen them giving some torque ratings that was whatever. When I did previous research on high performance torque rating on clutch torque, can somebody speak on it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm trying to be like, yeah, you're right. This is a car that's doing some unrealistic street values. In my learning process, I want to learn it all, and then I'm gonna build another car that is scaled back to those points. So now when I get in the car, it's gonna have 4,000 pounds of clutch torque, and we'll be able to examine the different behaviors of the vehicle. You see what I mean? Like, one of the things I'm looking for in my observation is before I even start the car, the RPMs it rev at when I hit it to start the car, and then when I pull up off, whether I get any RPM engagement or not. And then somebody who knows more than me, if you're in the chat, please just say, no, that ain't it. Just go to your whatchamacallit and change this. Or even if you got a suggestion, I'll change what you suggest and we'll see what that do. But right here, I'm just working on something I've been working on. See that different? Oh, I'm in third gear, so hold on. I was about to say, I know y'all hear how I was doing different before I even put it. Let's go to no gear. We still got a standard idle where the idle should be. First gear. Now, if y'all don't notice a difference, I'm gonna show you something. If you look at where my RPMs is revving at, for some strange reason, they are revving higher than they was revving on the last build. I'm gonna give it one run, and there's another thing, it's also reacting quicker. I don't know what's up with these type of cars, so whoever knows what's up with what I'm investigating, just explain it. I changed the clutch torque from 1,000 to 4,000. The response by the car is, look, you can see what you see. My clutch is the blue thing. So when I come off the clutch, watch the RPMs that it hold. Now it's giving me this muscle car idle. First, we're gonna test it if I ease on the gas, see if it start moving or not. See? So I'm gonna tell y'all something I just observed. For some reason, More clutch power is giving me better sensitivity on the throttle at low speeds. I don't know why they built it like that, but now I have nothing on the clutch, as you can see, because this blue one is the clutch. When I just hit the gas, it's gonna burn out. But I got so many builds with so much torque power that you won't even be able to achieve a burnout if you just slam your foot on the gas. So I also want to see how she doing this shifting process. And I'll turn on some throttle control real quick. So she went down. See, the RPM's going down now, listen. See? Now y'all can't lie. Y'all see how we just resolved that hella quick? My man said the RPMs, well, I do got the throttle control a little different. My man had pointed out, we about to snatch this car. My man said the RPMs was revving too hard. I'm about to speed shift again, and for some reason, having more clutch power, like I said, is enabling the engine to slow down when I hit the clutch enough for the revs to drop to realistic proportions. So let's go snatch dude right here. And I'm I skipped the gear. Now it's still. So I just ran up on the side of him, hitting about 160 something. What's up, y'all? Oh, he tried to come. Oh, he tried to come like that. All right. Hold on. See, that was me. That was my mistake. Now it ain't going down. You see how, look, it shouldn't be, right? It should go down if I put my foot on the clutch. Now there we go. Why am I only hitting 230 miles per hour? Let me show y'all something. With half of a turbo, it was only hitting 230 miles per hour with half of a turbo because we didn't load up the setup. Now look, when you modify these cars and your gearing, remember we was looking at the gear ratio? Well, here it is in game. Let me show y'all what I mean so everybody can feel me when we do this. If I open up this folder again and bring back up the data file, hold up. And then I open up the drivetrain, oops. And you see this gear ratio right here that we was talking about? It's represented in game right here. So what I mean is, let me turn down the car some, I hope y'all can hear me clear. What I mean is, some people who think that you can only adjust stuff in game will never get to this side of knowing how to really make your car faster. And so you get adjustments in game, but they only match and correspond with what you put in the data files. Therefore, you see it say this car could do 360 miles now that I just changed the gearing. So we got a harder clutch. I like this better, but we're gonna go in. The next thing we're gonna do is stop it from doing something. Let me give it one more run, but it was doing something on that run. See right now how it's not, look, I got full throttle and it's not going nowhere. See what I'm talking about? I didn't make no changes. Look how long it takes to go somewhere. So people will be mystified by that. Look, full throttle, not going nowhere. Now watch this. All right, I put it in neutral, put it in, now watch this. You see that? And so, again, if you're troubleshooting these mods while you're building them, that's something that you need to understand. If you're dealing with that phenomenon, clutch torque is gonna have a lot to do with that. And one thing I'm gonna tell you is, if you got 5,000 horsepower, your car gonna lope just like this. Listen, that's a natural, realistic 900 RPM lope for a car this strong. That's nothing wrong with that. All right. Lastly, after we do everything else, we're gonna change the sound of this car because the RPMs now do more than the original car could match. So let's give it a second run with no turbo. Still, there's only one turbo. Hold on. That's my bad, throttle control. It's all the way up on 6. It's just too hard to handle like that. See, I bapped the car up already, but I still could do it. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I couldn't see them. That wrap steering wheel had me. Let's go again. So I wanted to take off like that. A lot of people can't even build a car that like will just burn rubber when you hit the gas. Seriously. That sounded good. That sounded good. You see how much faster she going now though? Now look at this. Look at the big number 4 in the middle. You're gonna see this red line under my RPMs. That is my first turbo working. But this got twin turbos and the second one is cockpit activated. So what I want you to see is what happens when I turn on the second turbo. You see that first turbo working, but it can only go up to half of the graph. And it's cutting on and off, on and off, on and off. But watch this when I start pressing this button. Hold on. Yeah, it's on 50%. That's why it's getting that high up. So let me turn it to 100%. It's at 100%. And it's making the car very hard to handle. We at 360, 370. I was looking at the speedometer, man. All right, so I'm gonna go back on the clutch for my man. He said 2,500. Yeah, that do sound about good. Well, the highest I ever seen on a car with horses like this is 4,800. So I went to 4,000. We're gonna go back. So this is what you do. You go back into the folder. You got the folder open. We're gonna change hella stuff on this whip. Back, not this one though, because this one already built. I'm gonna show somebody how to start from scratch. We're gonna go into the drivetrain and we're gonna try out that 2,500 and see what the car does different in the beginning. So hold on, because that just shocked me. Because I opened up a file and I know that this didn't say 8,000. I must have opened up a bad file. Let me try again. I hate when I would be hella mad if that happened. Drivetrain.inu. Where we at? 4,000, I was about to say. All right, so we're going to change this number now. See, you might want to save some of your files before you mess with them. We're going to change it to 2,500 and we ain't changing nothing else. Save. And we're going to put it back out there and see what difference we get. So we're going to see if she burned rubber the same way out the hole. And I mean, I still know she's still going to get them top speeds, but what you're trying to see is if the RPMs go down like a real car when you shift. You don't want them to stay up. That don't make no sense. I'm about to have the, all right, so this is how we're going to analyze this. First, we're going to, damn, that ain't fair. I didn't do what I should have did. I should have changed the gearing the same exact way, right? So I'm gonna go right here. So we got the same gearing. Now let's do that same test in the beginning. Y'all see the idle. In neutral, it's holding a steady idle that ain't going up or down. Now look over here to see what I do with my feet pedals. I just hit the, something malfunctioned. I just hit the clutch and nothing happened. Y'all, is it malfunctioning? Nope, look. I'm in neutral. I hit the clutch, nothing should happen because I'm already in neutral, so that's right. The clutch wouldn't engage nothing because it's in neutral. So I go into first. It's still holding that low bar. Let's see how it burned rubber. Oh, hold on. Now y'all see the difference? I swear to God, I know y'all didn't see that. I'm gonna do another example because my wheel was turned. I hit the gas, it's doing the same slow takeoff. So I want to conquer that eventually. I don't want people to have to hit the clutch once to get the car ready to go. Now you hit the gas with 2,500 clutch. So you see right there, 2,500 clutch ain't reacting out the hole as good as 4,000 clutch. And you can tell that I'm being honest, just look at my pedals right here. Like I'm not doing it no different. So what I'm doing is touching the clutch all the way to the floor to activate the car. Now the car is active and I'm gonna slam on the gas and watch how long it takes to react to burn rubber. So if y'all remember, it did it way quicker at 4,000 clutch. Now let's go run and see how she run and how the RPM shift. I need some throttle control because I just won't be able to control it. That sound good. That was kind of high in the revs. Hold on, I gotta slow down. These dudes so slow. These 3 cars from offline. Y'all hella slow, bro. Move. And they going 170, but I just built this car ridiculously. $280. Oh, we going faster than before. Now let me turn up this turbo. It won't go no more than 373. I think all we learned there was the difference that the clutch had on us taking out the hole, right? I'm gonna go down low just to keep illustrating stuff for people. We're gonna go to a really soft clutch on the drivetrain and see how that's affecting us getting out the hole. Right here, we're gonna go down. So we remember our values. We're gonna go down to 800. And I didn't even need to run the whole car. The clutch torque is at 800. We about to see how it come out the hole now. File, save. What I think it's gonna do is hella stuttering out the hole. It might take like a whole second before the tires get enough power to go. I don't know, but this is sounding to be the experience. Now I'm just on a straightaway right now because I'm building like a straightaway banger. We could go do some of that though. I ain't mad. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the engine brake next. Thanks for saying that, Gary Beard, because they actually got engine brake in here and it's very significant. And so understanding the engine brake was all a part of getting this to run right too, but let's go. So all we doing is this preliminary test on the clutch torque. Now first I gotta make sure my wheel is straight. Oh, I see the wheel ain't straight. Let me start over and get the wheel straight. It's hard to tell if my wheel is straight because sometimes. Let me try again. All right, there we go. See, I did that with the clutch, so it sounded good. We're gonna go through the same test with the same gears. What I mean is this. All right, see, it started in gear, that's unfair. The neutral auto is the same. I went in the first. It's giving me that silentness, but it's a little louder. Now I'm gonna touch it and get the car ready. Look, the car ain't even as ready as it went. Meaning if you look at these RPMs, that white right there, when I take my foot off it, the car is going lower with this 800 clutch torque. Now I'm just gonna slam on the gas like I did last time, and let's see, because the car should be ready to burn rubber now. Let's see how long it takes. So as we just learned, it took longer again. And to confirm it, we going back to 4800. So now we just learned the clutch, and we gonna move past that after this. So if you got a hot car like this with all those, with all that power on it, then your clutch, basically torque, needs to be kind of matching something, higher. I never been up to the 5,000s. The highest I ever seen, even on some build, was like my man said, you're getting into the funny cars and the super, yeah, I'm trying to build a donk like Donk Master. So I'm going 4,000 again. And we're just gonna look at this drastic difference, and I'm gonna settle with that 4,000 because it was feeling relatively close to me. We never tried 3,500 because I still had a little bit of problem with 4,000. So we're gonna try 3,500. And then I'm gonna just settle on that because I know it's in the range to get the car active. Now watch how she come out the hole again and follow my clutch, follow my feet so you make sure, oh, I ain't doing that with my feet. So next we get on that engine brake. Yeah, in a street race, well, I got a server online that's gonna be all over modded cars, so everybody gonna be having to overdrive the mugs, just like stopping to hit a corner way early, but I'm still building it out. Let me see. So all we doing, we ain't gonna run the car, we just gonna test this. Look, put it in first. Now look, foot off the clutch. You see how we getting the car is ready to go. Now watch when I slam on the gas, it's gonna burn rubber. It ain't gonna take no time. Look at my 1, 2, go. So we solved that. For anybody watching, that's what that is. If you ever been having that problem, that's what that is. Let's move on to the next. My man mentioned engine brake and is particular. Now, if you'd never drove a car with an engine brake on it, you probably ain't familiar with what an engine brake is. What an engine brake does is it takes the RPMs from the motor when you're not using them to generate power, and it uses them to generate braking power. All right, so where is that going to be? It's not going to be in your drivetrain. It's obviously going to be in your engine. So I went into the engine file. I'm gonna make this engine file big, and anyone can see how I got this car running like this. Like if you just want to say I'm gonna copy that, yeah, go ahead. But it's more to it because the suspension comes from other places too. But let's start with this version 1 motor built, and we got a power curve that is in another file. The power curve is just like when you go to get a dyno test. It's the same thing. What's your coast curve? It's coming from the coast reference, which can be defined. It can define 3 options. The coast reference, the coast values for a mathematical curve, and the coast curve file. We don't need to make it more complicated. It's when you coasting. All right, so let's go in on that. Here go your engine data. Now let's just talk about engine inertia real quick. That's one a lot of us don't understand. I don't know if I understand it fully, but let me tell you. You ever been in a car with an engine so hot it make the whole car jump? That's my regular way of just breaking down the engine inertia. Oh, we're gonna go in on the brakes and all that stuff. Engine inertia is basically the movement of the engine that it has before it causes power. Somebody can say, no, that's wrong. I would be willing to be taught right now. But that's how I understand it. And so if I turned up the engine inertia, I'm pretty sure the car might move from the jerks of the engine that you often see in the animation. They might not. We know what the limiter is, the maximum RPMs that the engine is allowed to rev to. So you see, even on this build that's going so fast, we kept it within a realistic range, 8,500. When you build in a car, you need to know that you can't just take this number up. The limiter has to match the power curve, as you won't get back any data on the car. You won't be able to drive it. So once you adjust the limiter, it can't go over parameters preset in the power curve, which you could go and readjust to. So what's the limiter? Hertz. Hertz is just a frequency. Frequency is how much, how often. So if the hertz is on 20, it's not going that fast. And the minimum idle is set right here. So I got my minimum idle on 900, which seems to be working. I probably could push that up, whatever. Here, we got default turbo adjustment. Default turbo adjust if one or more turbo is cockpit adjustable. This means, what is that cockpit adjustable turbo gonna start off on? If you want that cockpit adjustable turbo to start off on a certain percentage, you define that here. Here we go with our coast reference, and it's going to get us to the engine brake that we're tripping off. Now, what they're telling me is this. All this number RPMs defined is a coast reference number. It is the rev number reference. Other things need that reference point. For instance, engine brake torque value in Newton meters at the rev number reference. This is my engine brake torque value in Newton meters at the rev number reference. So when I'm at 6,500 RPMs, this is how much engine brake torque we'll have. How could this affect the car and everything we're trying to examine and dealing with the RPM revs, particularly in between shifts when I'm coasting, right? That's when you're coasting. Notice if you do a fast shift, you get a second of coast when you're in neutral or something, and that the engine brake could kick in and take those RPMs and try to slow you down. You need that for some cars that need extra braking force in certain moments. If you build an all-out car, you want less engine brake, but you could get to a point where you got so little engine brake, your RPMs don't go down between revs. So now let's give it, somebody said 1500 is a key. Maybe for a coast reference, I'll try that. But I got my coast reference set really high at 6500 now. I really don't know why. I might have looked into another data file and that worked for that data file. And so I was trying to figure this out so much, I probably peeked into another car. But before we change the reference point, which is 6,500 RPMs, we're going to make a drastic change on the torque value so this could be illustrated. I'm going to turn off the engine brake. All right. This means none of the RPMs will be used to redistribute it to braking power. And nothing is going to stop the engine. Only thing that's going to stop the engine from revving in this instance when I go onto the clutch will be the power of the clutch. Watch how drastically different this car run. And I'm going to save this, and this could confuse somebody. They could be chasing this demon forever. You could chase this bug for a long time. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on that 4,000 with the clutch, but now let's go into this engine brake, and we're dealing with the in-between revs on that long strip. What should happen here is the revs ain't gonna come down when I'm switching gears. Watch, because we got no engine brake. You need a little bit of it, but I don't know why, but let's see. Let's examine this all stuff in the beginning. Is it all the same? She still ready to go? Is she gonna take off when I slap the gas? See, that's how you want her to get up out of there. Like, that's how anybody who download a modded car offline, that's how they wanted to get up out. Straight line, not swerving, burning rubber. Oh, okay, ready to do his thing. Now let's look at how I switch gears. Wait, let me get some throttle control. You see that? It's still doing it, but you'll see. The RPMs ain't dropping as much, at least. But look, there they go, look. My foot is on the clutch. Look at the blue lever. You see the clutch? When I press the clutch, no RPM drop. Because it's no engine brake. I'm gonna start that over. Is everybody seeing what we learning? That at least on this game, we don't know if they're trying to mimic real car physics, but you know you still a simulator. It ain't all the way there. Nevertheless, I'm learning that when I turn the engine brake here all the way off, the RPMs won't come down when I hit the clutch. Again, the blue line over here is the clutch. The green is the throttle and the red is the brake. So let's look at these RPMs. Yeah, that's definitely not good. Now watch this when I hit the clutch. So as we just illustrated, for some reason, the engine brake also affects your shifting and your timing in your shifting. So I had it on 50 because it was making it flow smooth for me. But we're gonna go the opposite. Hold on, my dog wanna get out the damn room. Hold on, I'm just gonna let him out. All right, look. So I see we just illustrated something there. Yeah, it's also, all right, so you saying revving too high, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this limiter for us, even though she get damage at 8,700. So I put it, look, down here, it got the damage parameters defined. So let's just all, oh, I messed something up. Let me go ZZZ. Let's all just be fair. And we know cars. And we know this Chevy, what the Chevy build is doing. A rev of 8,700 is about 1,500 revs over standard. We know a normal Chev gonna rev to 7,000, so I will take your consideration and put 7,500 on the rev limiter. But you got to look down here that the RPM threshold before taking damage is 8750 on this car. All right, and so we well in our safety limits. So I took the rev down, and instead of changing anything else, we simply gonna run it with no engine brake, like we just observed, but we're running it with lower revs and see if maybe the higher revs also wouldn't help it come down. I'm gonna bet that this won't make a difference. It's just gonna stay where it's at a lower rev. But it won't come down when I hit the clutch, and that's not real car behavior. And so when you make a mod, you want it to be all the way acting right, so whoever downloaded or whatever be like, this mug is like for real. So I even put damage on the transmission, but we'll get into that later. And again, let's do this first thing, first gear. So what did we do? We dropped the limiter. It's still ready. It seemed like it's acting a bit hotter. I can't front. Let's see. It made a little bit of noise. So you can see the slip right here. The slip is right here, so you can see when it's burning rubber. And so it made a little bit of noise before it actually started spinning the wheel this time. I noticed that. It waited a split second and then started spinning the wheel. But let me see. So the gray next to the throttle is the wheel slip, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm wrong. Yeah, because the wheel, or if not, the wheels didn't slip at all. But you know, we could look at all of that. This is why this game's so damn raw. Let me see. Because you could be going like this and just looking at it from any angle to see what the wheels is doing back there. So now, but it's hard for me to drive from this angle. But what we trying to do is look to see what the wheels is doing on a takeoff. So that noise, ooh, I just killed some people, y'all. So that noise we was hearing was actually let's examine these real wheels further as we take off. You feel me? So yeah, it was just a moment of burning rubber, basically. Just all right. I mean, again, you got to see, right? That mug clean. Tell the truth. Woo. All right, but I didn't do none of those graphic mods. Shout out to the people who did them. I'm simply playing with some car that they uploaded. I don't want nobody to think I'm taking credit for that. All right, so what did I just do? I put them RPMs down, but we won't be able to tell if that helped anything until we run it. Y'all see I'm smooth on that throttle. I don't just hop on the throttle like a gorilla. It's going hella slow. Hold on, it's the wrong gears. Them gotta be the wrong gears. Stang. Now here's something to notice. When we had it revving up to 8,700 RPMs, the top speed was 396. We took down the rev to 7,600. Now it says here the top speed is 341. Let's see if it hits that. So we know what them tires is doing now because we looked at them. Okay, wait, throttle control. No throttle control. Sorry, that's me. It's too hard to handle, dude. Let me do it. Here we go. What them shifts doing? Let's see what the clutch doing. Let's test the clutch right here. Look. So the clutch still won't bring down the RPMs as many times as I touch it. Boy, these dudes are slow. He going 180 though. They gonna see me blow past them like this online. So yeah, it's only, oh! Every time I see that, it be feeling like real life. So we just learned two things. If people was into modding these cars and you didn't know that already, obviously the RPMs is gonna take down the top speed. And so what we changed the RPMs for was to try to remedy something in the shifting. It didn't remedy it, and we just wound up with a 50 mile per hour slower car. So I'm gonna go back into the engine and get these RPMs back to it. I went to 7,500. I like to stay realistic. Since we know this engine will take damage at 8,700, I'm still gonna set the revs to about 8,500. That means the limiter is going to stop me from going over at 8,500. And if it accidentally over revs to 8,700, I incur engine damage, and that will show the engine damage icon coming on. Next, we're going to go back to this engine brake and fix that for once and for all. Before I go to changing the torque on it, I'm going to do what one of my people said. My coast reference point of 6,500 RPMs seems relatively high. Like, who gonna be coasting at 6,500 RPMs? That ain't coasting in no kind of car. So maybe 2,500, and I'm gonna stop. We still got zero save. We still got zero torque brake. I need some waters. My daughters, bring me some waters. So what to drop lower? You said muscular division, my bad handling. I haven't dealt with none of the suspension in this video. I did upgrade the suspension on this whip, changed it from dog bone axle to dog bone. We'll talk about all that stuff. But let's get this back. Let's see what it says for top speed now. 386. So just by raising them RPMs up, we gained 40 miles per hour. Now, don't forget, we changed the coast range reference. Let's see how that changed anything. That's a nice takeoff. I can't complain on that. Nice throttle control. It ain't even throttle controlled all the way. Let me see. No, that wasn't even throttle controlled. Here we go. Uh-oh. No, it still ain't dropping. Look, watch this. Wait till I get the fourth gear. Now watch this. So no matter how many times you hit the clutch, if you don't got no engine brake, the RPMs won't drop. Okay, we just troubleshot that for the whole world. So it don't matter what your coast reference is, but my coast reference is 2,500 RPMs. We're just gonna give it a little bit of engine brake. The engine brake is going to be on 10 when we get to 2,500 RPMs. Let's save that and run the car. That's what it's not really affecting my top speed. What it's affecting is when I take off, for some reason, when I take off the gas in order to stop promoting the RPMs to move forward, when it has no RPM, when it has no engine brake, the RPMs do not come down. Even if I press the clutch for some strange reason, that could be a fault of the developers, or that could be real car mechanics. But now we know we got a little bit of engine brake. Let's see what happens. Even though it might be weird, I felt like I felt the difference there too. Hold on. Them RPMs went up hella quick. Oh, I popped out of gear, so that's my fault. But we'll deal with that later. Let's get that throttle control right. I'm only gonna do it in fourth gear to be fair every time. Let's see what happens. They are going down, look. See when I hit the clutch? All right, look. With only 10%, hold on, we gotta learn, man. Hold on, that's crazy. With only 10%, I mean, that ain't even percentage, which only a value of 10 Newton meters of torque with a coasting reference of 2,500, the RPMs will go down now when I hit the clutch. So let's approve that with one more test. And if you want to see it, you look right here. Blue is when I hit the clutch. Watch when I'm driving, the RPM start going down when I hit the clutch. All right, here we go. Only in fourth gear though. Wait till I get to fourth gear. All right, watch this. I got him to go all the way down. Now let me take my foot off the clutch. So now what we want? Now we learning. We want them to go down faster. We want them RPMs to go down faster in between those shifts, right? Because we want our revs to match what a real car does in order to drop. You really could set it now. If you want to have the fastest car, you're going to take this data right here from the power band, and you're going to make sure that those RPMs drop down to the chief point of your power band every time you hit the clutch. Oh, you're going to be running on people, or you might be spinning out. So right here, if we look at my power band on this car, at about, I say 57, at about 5,700 RPMs, we got the most torque. And, you know, the power keeps growing on this car because we limited the torque range. And so at about 5,700 RPMs, we got the most torque. So I got to figure out a way to see the RPMs in digits. I need a digital RPM gauge so that I can see when we run in this test. But what I'm going to do is go back into the data file. This is fun to me. I don't care. Like, I don't be sitting around like, hey! I just sit here working on them and be like, that thing tight. Might whip it out on somebody. They be like, how you do that? And then put her back up like she real. Like, how did he just come by doing 300 miles per hour? But, okay. So what I want to do here is make sure that I'm lining my shifts up with about 57 RPMs, 5,700 RPMs somehow. How I'm going to achieve that, I don't know. So I'm in the drivetrain, right? I think I need to get out of here. Because what we just figured out wasn't in this file, was it? We did the engine brake. Yep, we did the engine brake, right? It wasn't in the drivetrain. It was in the engine. And that's also misleading to people. I'm going to keep the RPM reference for coast at 2,500 and go up from 10 Newton meters to 20 Newton meters to see if I can get the RPMs about in the range of the chief power band range upon shifting, which is going to make the car faster. It won't have to build up to that strongest point. Yeah, I know, but when I put it on the track, unless I'm racing other old schools, I could beat any like Lambo or Ferrari. Obviously, that ain't even fun to say. You could beat any Lambo or Ferrari with a car like this on the track. But I forgot to do a few things. See how that takeoff go? They even be, wait, what did I just change? Oh, I changed the engine brake torque. I know I ain't crazy, but I'll be feeling a slight difference on the takeoff. All right, this is fourth gear. Let's do the test. You see how much it dropped? Look. But let's look at the shift in progression. See, it's dropping right. See? That's how you make your whip faster, though. Let's see if I can hit a faster top speed. I'm gonna turn up this turbo. 174, 175, 375. That's as fast as it's just gonna go. I mean, and who could run their engine like that for that long? Oh my God. So again, that's ridiculous, of course. I'm kind of happy with that that engine brake at where it's at. I can't front. She was running better than it was when I opened up the valve. Now, if y'all want to look at the engine valve for the people who want to know what's going on, making this car act like this, we'll just go over it. So obviously this is a version 1 with a power curve that ain't nothing special. Probably the initial power curve on a car like this if you downloaded the car. Engine inertia, I'm gonna turn up the engine inertia because again, I want to see the engine jerk the car around more. So I'm gonna turn that up next just to make it like a crazy monster. I'm gonna try, matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna see if we notice a difference. We're going up to 2.5 on engine inertia. Try to break them motor mounts, you know what I'm saying? Okay, the limiter, you know what the limiter is, as well as everything is described over here for you. We went over all that. So anything that's described, why I need to talk about it really. The coast data is obsolete anyway. This coast data, as they say, is obsolete section. But the turbos, people don't understand all of this. So when they say interpolation lag, now notice I changed the interpolation lag down on one of these turbos. What does that mean? That means this turbo will unspool or it will unturbo faster. This is turbo number 0. That is cockpit adjustable. You can set which turbo is which by the reference RPM range. You see that? So this turbo kicks in at 2,500. I mean, why did I say 2,500? At 2,000 RPMs, providing 2.2 maximum boost, which this isn't 2 pounds of max boost. I think 1 pound, I mean, one of these equals 7.5, believe it or not, or something like that, of boost, PSI of boost. And then you got to multiply that because it's 1 times plus the boost. So a boost of 2 will give you 3 times the torque at a given RPM. So we're dealing with forced induction. I know y'all like forced induction. We all, I mean, I got superchargers all over my basement. You feel me? And I got a turbocharger on my RV, like I tell people. So we love forced induction. And really, I got the wastegate opening only on the first turbo at 1.5. So honestly, anybody who know boost, honestly know I'm not generating this much boost. The display max boost says 2.0, but that's not right. The real is just going to display that for anybody who ain't technical and they just get in this car and they want to look at the boost gauge. It'll show them 2, but what they're going to actually be getting is a boost of 2 with a wastegate that opens up at 1.525. robbing them of about 4.8 or whatever, 0.48 or however that works of boost. It's not robbing them. It's helping the car to maintain stable as I went through all the different points. Because if they turn this cockpit adjustable up turbo all the way up to 10, you don't want people just getting stupid spin outs. So that's kind of like how you'll regulate some boost. I could have just told them they get 1.5 boost with no wastegate, but you have to force a wastegate to open by also being all the way on the throttle. So that's something that we have to also realize too. If you ain't, so you could activate your turbos without making your wastegate open all the way up. A little bit. Some can tell me if that's not true or not, but I think that's the truth. And so the reference RPM for this first turbo, 2,000 RPMs. And it's gonna kick in giving me 2 pounds. So what does this do? If I'm correct, each 1 pound of this, now we can talk about boost. Not each 1 pound, but each 1 interval of boost inside this game. So I think 14 pounds of boost give you a whole nother engine. So no matter how many horsepower you got, if you get 14 pounds of boost, if I'm correct, y'all can tell me. That's very close. Y'all know I'll be studying my boost. If you get your 14 pounds of boost, you just doubled your horsepower on any engine. But 14 pounds of boost ain't gonna read on most PSI gauges. Sometimes it'll show you PSI. This isn't showing PSI. This is showing boost in some number that they got calculated in the game. So one boost is probably equal to like 7.5 PSI, to where two boosts will give you a whole double engine. So if this engine had 400 horsepower, a value of 2 or something like that, it's going to give me, it'll double the horsepower and triple the torque. It don't say double the horsepower right here, but it do say triple the torque, or to be 3 times the torque. This value is never exceeded, and multiply the torque like torque equals torque times this value that we talk about plus the boost. See? So the value is 1, but that value of 1 is that value plus the boost. And so that means you're just going to be getting, with 2 of these, I believe you're getting a whole nother engine of forced induction into your engine. Now you got turbo number 2 with almost no lag down. I don't know if this is unrealistic amount of lag down, but the lag up is in realistic parameters. Why did I want the lag down different than the lag up? As you see, I was just troubleshooting my RPMs dropping after being on the gas hella hard. So you're going to go into the lag. I mean, one of the ways I did it was saying one of my turbos is still too active and not spooling down quick enough. Took some of the lag down. The lag up is a little bit different, meaning on this one, it spools up kind of quick. This one spools up slower, or maybe quicker. Yeah, quicker. And so now you got 5 right here. 5 boosts, which is just, if you know about boost, ramming 21 PSI into an engine is nothing. Cats is ramming 40 PSI into an engine, building these drag cars, 50, 60 PSI. So don't act like having a boost. If each 1 point of boost equal about 7 PSI, having a boost gauge hitting this 5 ain't outrageous. It's doing what a donk will do, or doing what one of those muscle cars will do. It's not cockpit adjustable. It always stays on 10, but the reference range is 6,500. And look, it only really fully activates when your foot is all the way at maximum gas pedal. So if you're a driver, you know how to work with that turbo. And even if you at 85% gas pedal, you're not going to be getting all of this boost. So this is when the car takes damage. If a person achieves 0.70 of boost, which is capable of, but I got this wastegate on there, so they'll never get to that. See? If they ran it, if they was just such a driver, I don't know how you're gonna bypass a wastegate like this. The wastegate is letting out some of the air at a specific point that you choose. Now you could make your cockpit. We could go figure out a code to make the wastegate cockpit adjustable, because some people might want that boost, but it don't matter because you're going to adjust the turbo instead of the wastegate. Nevertheless, the wastegate is preventing this car, which has a 5 boost on the first turbo, and turbo number 0, it got a 2 boost. It's preventing it from ever reaching 7. If it ever reached 7, it would take on damage K5, which is pretty good damage. It won't stop the car in one blip, but it'll stop the car if you do that like 3 times on the track. So people will say, now we got the RPM threshold right there. Now somebody might be asking, what'll happen if you take this RPM threshold up and then just raise it to some ridiculous values? You'll come back to the game and you'll click this and it'll tell you your power band needs 2 points and it's not functional, and you can't drive. Your drivetrain will be broken and it will not allow you to drive the car. So some of the things that we are doing indeed, come necessary and fun when doing the game. Now back to just driving and having some fun. It definitely ain't. It says not handling at the gray beard. It's spinning and murking. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, well, we could put this into, so let's put it on something that's handling. It's definitely handling very good, but it's not handling, dude. Anything that got 5,000 horses really can't be built to handle. So let's talk about that, because it actually handles rather well. I took suspension off of some really good cars and changed all that up, but I have to change tracks to show that. Forget this straightaway. And that might not even be what you was talking about, but it don't matter. I just want to, let's move on to handling. So this is what we're going to do to assess the handling, right? First of all, I'm just going back to San Francisco because I was just learning that track. But what y'all have to do is don't compare it to a Ferrari. Because then I could just go take a Formula car and put Formula car handling on this, and it will handle like it. But ain't that hella unrealistic? And so already we in the realm of unrealism, going 300 miles. It's not going to be released this fast or nothing. I'm just learning. But what you got to see is what I'm comparing this to are modified cars that other people built online, and they built it to old school specs. So when I click on this Shelby, the person who built the Shelby is trying to get you the experience of riding in a Shelby, not in a Ferrari. The person who built this Gran Torino is trying to give the person at the home the experience that they ride in a Gran Torino. And so in a sense, I don't want it to do more than it could do. But when you compare it to all of the cars, it do what it's supposed to do. It's a Mustang. It's way more nimble than all of these cars. The only one about it nimble as it, I'm gonna pull up this Dodge Monaco Police just to make it fun. And the only car that's about as agile as it is that the Camaro. And that's the 69 or the 68. So I'm glad you raised that point you raised. I'm putting all 70s and 69 cars, and we could look at a replay at how this thing handled. Matter of fact, we ain't even gonna track day. We're gonna go to a race. That's gonna be more fun. Let me see. Oh no, we might as well track day because I got the cars loaded up already. So you got the Chevelle, you made it feel like a Z06. I'm pretty sure I never saw in real cars. I never put a new block in one of my old cars. I always built up my old block and was always the original block. But that I was building on old schools before all this new stuff came out. Like when I was building on them, we was just trying to think about putting LS1s. You know, like in the 90s, people was first like, he got an LS1, he got a vet engine or a regular standard engine in that car. So now they doing all that stuff. Let me see. So we working on handling now. So this is what I'm gonna do different. Hold up. Since we're working on handling, I gotta take a different set of gears, right? I don't want no gears that can go up to 396 because you can never get the 396 on this track anyway. I put my final gear ratio to 1049, and the most this car could do right now is 171. Obviously, I'll probably upload it with this type of gearing on it, making it a more realistic upload. So let's go. It still got all the horsepower and everything. We already troubleshot the car, so we know how she gonna run. Look how she get out now, see? Where they at? Where y'all at? Come on. I'm still in the pit, but I'm waiting for them to pull out. See, now you know you running. So what we looking at here is how this car handles in comparison to other cars. All of these other cars you see are mods that were uploaded by other people offline. Hold on. I gotta get her right first. I'm gonna do it with one throttle control first. See if I can snatch these fools. She ain't bad, bro. Snatchy Daniels. Come on, dude. This thing actually gonna handle. Notice I'm gonna be able to hit some of these turns without hitting the brake. And they gonna be all on the brake. Look, they on the brake. I'm not gonna brake on this. Oh, I had to brake. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, partner. I had to brake. But I ain't braking on this one. So, I mean, I could just leave these cars so easily right now. You have to cut that corner, though. Because you in an old school Stang, man. Uh-oh. Did she do that like that? Oh, damn. So, yeah, she lost it. I could have watched that replay, but I didn't. One more time. Don't act like she don't handle for no old school Stang, bruh. That go this fast? Shout out to San Francisco, Bay Area. All right. I'm gonna turn on the anti-lock brakes too, cause I put all that on that thing. Hold on. She handled, bro. Oh man, I just ain't a driver. This thing too fast for me. Hold up. You know it's gonna be better. I gotta let some other cars get in. I just ain't a driver yet. This thing too hot. I gotta drive it slower. She just looks so good. Look, I'm pulling up. Like, come on, family. You do not want to see me. I'm gonna wait till somebody pull off. There you go. Oh, he in the Shelby. Let's see if the Shelby want to do something. We gotta change the engine sound. I gotta learn how to drive like I was younger. Hold on. I used to catch that when I was younger. I gotta catch that. I overshipped. Y'all seen that? I gotta catch the Shelby. She handled all right. I mean, for an old school Stang, she catching the Shelby. She ain't just a spin out machine. Come on now. Who made the Shelby? Oh, don't spin out. You gotta represent. I think that could have been some of my driving. Why don't y'all look at my braking on this pedal down here? Tell me, am I braking on at the wrong times or something, man? You also can see the tire slip right here. Is that gray? Again, I think that's the tire slip. Tell me, is it equal to when my tires are slipping? Oh, let me let dude catch up. That was nice. I like how I hit that last turn in the Steins. I'm gonna let dude catch up with me. Here come hella people. Here come hella cars. I'm gonna let them come. Oh yeah, this is my partner. He think he running. You ain't running, homie. Oh my gosh. She handled, dude. Look how soft I'm on the brake for these turns. Watch my foot on the brake. I ain't trail braking. I ain't even hitting the brake. I barely got to hit the brake to handle. I just left him too. Oh, I just gave some engine damage. So don't say she ain't handling, because I mean, I know you probably already said I wasn't talking about that, but you see how I'm leaving that car behind me and I ain't even on it. Look at the gas. I'm barely pushing the gas. Let's ride it. Let's ride now then. Let's try to ride. Let's try to get on it. Leaving these fools. See, I was trying to get on it too hard. Damn. Damn. Oh my God. I done wrapped. But y'all see, she handled cool. We could probably work on that if y'all wanted to. But I mean, since I'm blowing all these cars doors off, I ain't been tripping. I had to hit the brakes hard on that. Oh, that looked just like rapping in Frisco. Oh, that looked dead on rapping in Frisco. All right, I'm gone. Last thing I'm gonna do is prove that this build is the champion. Come on. We gotta do one race, y'all. It's gonna be like a cannonball run through Frisco. Then we're gonna go to build to something else. So what I'm gonna put on the track is another really nice Camaro I built. It's that mug is clean, and I didn't go ridiculous with it. It got 1,000 horses. It handles so good. Like if you had your steering wheel and you put on your VR headset, like notice I ain't put on my VR headset none of this time. Because I can't really, my computer would not let me do all of that. But the ultimate experience is when you turn off the internet and you get on that VR headset. Man, you be in that thing. Don't go online where other people doing what you doing. Cats be pulling up on you. Oh, you be like, well, get your dogs blew off. So here go the twin turbo Mustang that we working on. I put all old schools, but I'm gonna make this like a cannonball run. So you're gonna be able to see how easily these Lambos is running past all of these other modified cars from online. But I'd be damned if a Lambo beat the Stang. Cause I've been over here building and I'm crazy like that, bruh. I want to get on games and be like, nope. I'm making it. Oh, we're gonna put a Nissan GTR out there. That's my favorite car. I've got to put one in every race. We just gonna run a little cannonball run. Don't trip. I'm gonna put some crazy cars out there for the fun of it. And I should even put some traffic, huh? Since it's San Francisco, let's have some fun a bit and put some traffic out there. So what that mean? That mean there's gonna be some slow cars on the track just messing it up. No, they're not gonna mess it up. You gotta know how to go around them. Put that Isuzu tanker, a Nissan Leaf, a Toyota Camry. All right, just for the fun of it, for the entertainment while we work on these whips. So we put a bunch of old schools to show y'all again that the one that we're working on, she ain't like no handling beast. I changed the gearing and she only do 179 now, which is more realistic. We're gonna slap this Corvette up in here and get another Dodge Hemi. Oh, that's all that could get in there. All right. All right, let's see what, now I'm taking these traffic cars out. We just racing. Sorry about that. Slap in a little something different. It's almost enough cars. That Chevy Corvette. Some more new cars so y'all can see what the old schools do with the new schools. A few more Lambos and some Mercedes. That Mercedes SLG, oh my God, that mug say 300. Do you know that the Mercedes SLS AMG GT3 go 300 stock? It don't go 300 stock. It say 174 stock, but you could do the gearing on it to get the 300 like on some real life. But let's go over there. What they say is missing. Track drag. No, I don't want to do drag. I want to do, oh my God. Damn, you goofy. I did all that on the wrong track. Let me run that back again. And then we're going to get off and go make another car better. Probably it's 6 o'clock where I'm at. I'm cool. I had to put all these cars in here again, man. Because I accidentally was populating the wrong race. A Porsche might beat us up on this track. The only thing that's going to overwhelmingly beat our britches off is the Porsche probably. Because no matter how fast you're going, if you can't handle and you got all these turns, a Porsche going to get you eventually. Put that Benz back up in there. Couple Benzes since we in Frisco. But we are concerned with the old schools. Don't forget, that's what we're concerned with. These old schools. This hella fun, dude. They made some of the best. I mean, I don't know where I was at. I stopped gaming. I thought I was too studious and said, oh, I'm not doing that. I missed out on hella sticks. All right, there we go. I'm going to start in the back just to prove what this car could do. I don't think we should do more than it. And I got the strength on 98. Race laps 4 or whatever. Let's run this thing, man. Chevelle's and Nova. So when we got our record deal, Snoop bought the Chevelle. I bought the Camaro. Festo bought the 70 Camaro. I had a 70, a 69, and a 72 with T-tops. But my 72 was really running on everybody. That was old school. I've been buying cutlasses as I got older. So that's how I got Cuddy in the cut. 7 deuce. You feel me? My partner trying to put me on with the Cuddy game, but I just been having that same sitting. I think Fest still got Cuddy thing sitting in the cut. I dump one too though. Like I be trying to build cars, but I dump it if somebody make me an offer. All right, let's go look at this. With all these standard cars to see what we built. I ain't even tripping off the takeoff. Uh-oh, see my wheel was all turned. Look, game goofy. Let's get our throttle control right. All right, let's get in this race. I'm sorry, man. What y'all doing up here? That ain't my fault. Oh, they was up there skid it out. I'm ready, I'm back. She run too hard, so you might try to overdo it. I'm not gonna overdo it. So one thing that's good about this game is you gotta race like real life. You can't do no little kid racing. Like you gotta use the brakes. So let me get back into it and get right. Starting in last place. I need to cut some people without wrecking. If I end in last, I'm gonna be hella mad. The Stang can't run with them vets. You crazy, boy. Who y'all talking to? Now, I'm not gonna just overshoot corners. Oh, I did that right. I'm not just gonna overshoot corners. You gotta know how to steal some spots. Follow the line everybody following, man. That's why he bumping me, because I'm not following the line, man. There's only certain times you can overtake. Like now. Oh, messed that up. Damn. See how they handle that? But the Stang ain't that bad. I stepped with them. I'm still with these Porsches, man. Come on, man. I'm gonna start leaving them now. I gotta get a proper straightaway where I can leave them. First gear, go down to first. Don't hit it too hard. Ease on that thing. Now let's go. Left the Porsche. Oh! Come on, man. You gotta stop hitting it like that. You in the old school. You was not in no Lambo. I came through flying, but I left the Porsche, though. Let's get in this race, man. I ain't flying over no hills and over-rev my engine. Everybody gonna miss this turn. I got that turn, bro. Let's go. Now let's catch up with some fools right here. So you can't over-rev your engine. Oh, messed up the whole race. My car got 2 dog bones, 4 damaged dog bones. Let's see if I can still drive it. This thing looking a mess. Oh yeah, I can't drive it. Look. Oh no. I gotta stop. I'm gonna just injure somebody, man. I don't want to injure nobody. Safety is number one. Is she running though? I mean, I'm in last place when I start. Let's see what I wind up doing, bro. First of all, I'm gonna just jack him right now. Let me just jack him right now. You feel me? Get up there now, bro. You running harder than these dudes. There you go. No, oh, that wasn't even me. That wasn't even me. What? Oh man. Did I start that? It was the car in front of me. This thing run, done. Let's get inside. It's even funner inside. Come on. I'm gonna win this race number one, B. Y'all know this is fun. Y'all know this is fun. Woo, 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 hit the brakes. Everybody bapping. That wasn't me. I had to hit the brakes because they wrecked, man. That's why I like being in the back though, but because you get to see the action. You don't even need to go fast in the beginning is what they need to learn. Oh, I got a penalty? I'm falling off. Then here's something else I noticed. We got the wrong gearing in. That 360 mile gearing. See? I would have really been blowing the Porsche doors off. Let's go now. All right, I'm gonna get him from the jump. But then gotta slow down right here because this is where everybody rap. So I might as well not do it. See, I gotta get around this accident. Look. Oh, nobody rapped? Okay, cool. Oh, I got smaller gears, so let me act appropriately. I forgot. Oh, I handled that corner. Woo. Come on now, it's cracking in Frisco right now. It looked like we on the way to a Snoop Dogg concert. Woo. We took over Frisco. Snoop Dogg concert, bro. East Oakland in Frisco. All right, am I getting left or not? I'm just trying to stay on the track for a minute. I'm just trying to stay on the track, y'all. I'm still right here with these fools. Ah, I was on the brake. What happened? Damn. Oh my gosh. I was on the brake, y'all. Y'all could have even looked to see what's on the brake. We should have went to the replay. Look down there. I'm never gonna give it too much gas. Look, you can't give her too much gas, bro. She too hot. Ah, I need more braking power, I guess. Golly. Man, come on. We staying in this mug. Hold on. Yeah, I like to drive like this. Since I broke my windshield, I gotta go like this. Stay in the game. Oh, I went straight to second gear. See? Dummy, you can't drive, Cash. You went straight to second gear. What you thought the car was gonna do? Oh, Reggie going in? All right, I'm about to go check that out. See, this is the funny part. I could get a mod that put a YouTube TV in the whip. I seen this dude driving with that. I gotta go watch Reggie though. I'm about to go watch Reggie. Let me just open up the screen. Oh, here they go again. No, I gotta finish this race. Then I'm gonna go watch Brother Reggie. Matter of fact, I'm driving to the House of Consciousness. Let me see. Here go the whole conscious community. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. I just want the Jack dude for his spot. See, it's really not about who can drive the fastest. It's about handling the stuff on a track like this. Oh, don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Thank you. What? Oh, that mirror don't think he running? My braking power might need to be turned up. I got you now, homie. I got you. Nope. I slid. I'm gonna snatch you. I slid out. Yeah, I don't want to go out like them. Oh, they bap. Oh, nope. I did that. He's open, baby. Oh, nah. You did that and you bap. All right, thank you for watching. I'm about to end this. It was fun, but I'm gonna want to go watch. Drive a Skyline. Oh, I love that Skyline. I'm gonna drive that Skyline and then we're gonna get up out of here. He said, drive a Skyline, bro. All right, I'm gonna get up off that track. We're gonna have some real fun real quick, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. I don't know why you want me to drive that Skyline, but I'm about to do you one better. I'm about to drive that Skyline in Japan in traffic. Let me see. In the rain. We got some hype. Let me see. I need stupid rain, heavy rain. All right, now we're gonna go get a Skyline Nissan. Y'all know what's up with them Nissans, right? God, I love them. But Skylines and stuff is cool, but the only car I ever really drive on here is that. I don't be driving no Lambos and stuff. Well, we could go get the Tokyo Police Skyline. We can get the Nissan Silver. But you want to go get a regular. How many horses this got? I got 158. That ain't what I'm looking for. It got 500 horses. God dang, right here. Oh yeah, this one got 1,000 horses coming out the box. Let's ride this thing. It's gonna be a whole different experience. Then I'm about to go watch Sonetta TV. Talk to my wife. This ain't gonna have no cockpit adjustable turbos like that $1 million car that I just hooked up. But it'll still be fun. I'm gonna turn some traffic on the board and just roll through China real quick. Then I'm gonna go chill with my fam bam. House of Consciousness, let me listen to it right now. Thanks for telling me. Sometimes I'll tap out. Cameron, is you the historical unity of African people?
The information is more important. I do know Brother Sonetta's rules, but the brother does have a job, and we are kind of protective of it because he has been for his own.
Let me put my bow in the chat.
So that
I was having to let Reggie know this morning, man. You can't be flip-flop. But all right, let me see. I ain't about to flip-flop. I'm just gonna start playing this game when y'all ain't tripping. What I mean by that, y'all remember after Kevin on trial, I left the community for like 3 years because I was like, Cass is playing. Oh, this is a beautiful track. And so what we're gonna do is go into here and turn on traffic, right? We don't want it to be that easy. We're gonna open up the traffic planner and put some cars on the track. Spawn cars nearby. We put about, yeah, okay. So let's look at this thing. Let's see the difference. Now notice damn, this got an H shifter? Oh man, this got an H shifter. I thought it had a paddle shifter, so I like H shifters. Look how that take off. See, it don't do none of that nonsense. It just start rolling like a car. Let's look at it though. Oh, I'm on this side of the wheel? Cause I'm in Japan? All right, I could dig it. So I'm on the other side of the steering wheel. I definitely don't want to drive it from this side, so I'm gonna have to do this. I know this thing gonna sound so good. See, the way that transmission sound, it make it seem like it's shifting different. What they doing, man? Now, I'm about to ride this thing. Y'all gonna have to, Nah. Japanese highway. Let's see how hard we can run and not get arrested. Oh, y'all wanted me to get in the older Skyline? Oh, that's too much traffic. Hold on. Did I put too much traffic? Damn, I rap. I gotta get to an area where I can ride. Hold on. Man, this feels so good to be in this car. All I need to do is turn on the heater. Turn on the heater, it's on. Woo! Whoa, a Bapty, damn. How you Bap going 30 miles an hour, man? Take some of them cars off the road. I'm gonna take some of them cars off the road. Too many cars, man. All right, let's drive this thing for real now. It's just hard to get going. Hey, when you ready to go? Let's go right now. Let's go 5 minutes. I'm sorry I had to talk to my daughter. Now let's go drive this thing for real, man. I ain't playing with it. See how fast you go. Oh, that turbo kick in quick on this. Listen. I don't want to wreck this thing, but it do run though. It ain't like the Stang or nothing. It's just now getting to 100 miles an hour. With a handle and it do what it's supposed to. Hold on though. I'm gonna try to ride her in a minute. Let me get it going. Why is y'all riding like that side by side next to each other? Seriously? That's ridiculous. Dude. I know y'all ain't serious. Push this fool off the way, man. Move! Oh, this is so dumb. Why they making me experience this? Look out the way, homie. This be dumb people on the freeway be doing this too. Man, I'm about to go through them. What I'm supposed to do if I'm playing a video game and this happens? Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. I wish I could have. Oh, see, I bapped you. That's what you get. Now let me hit and run. I'm hit and run, homie. It's a hit and run. Hey, this thing breaks so easy. This thing running. Oh, this is so easy to drive. Oh my God, it feels like it's gliding on ice. See, that's where I was trying to get to. All right, it's went 120 already. Uh-oh, let me slow down. Oh, no, uh-oh, don't wrap that thing, bro. That thing too nice. Oh, this thing run. Oh my gosh. I'm about to hype one of these up. Oh yeah, this is different. It feel like you in a new car. That's why I like driving them old schools. Woo! Uh-oh, which way to go? I love this map, boy. This is so raw. If you do this map in VR, I mean, and you don't understand the experience. It's like you really there. She ain't with it. Stay on that brake though. At least I caught it. This how it be you running from the cops or something, huh? Oh, which way is it going? Oh my God, I couldn't tell. That's hella funny. All right, I ain't hitting that panel. I've been on panels all day, fool. I'm having some fun. If I stay on panels all day, my life would be well unrounded. You feel me? I be screaming in my house after my daughters get home. So I change my vibe once my daughters get home so they don't hear me screaming on the internet all day. I'll go play some sticks or something. Oh, that person just start getting over, man. That's so stupid. Why they gonna gotta have the rain getting on the camera still? It's the only way you can beat them. Oh! Oh, uh-oh, what's happening? Oh, this motor sounds so good. I'm putting this motor on something else. This motor sound hella good. This is so fun. I'm just chilling. I can't go that fast in this thing though. I even like how it hit bumps. Uh-oh, it's a turning lane coming. You're supposed to know that, man. This thing run. Oh, this is so fun. Thank you for recommending me driving this car. Yeah, this thing run, bro. Thing run. Woo! Thing run. Yeah, she running. Oh, I forgot. Woo! Y'all see that? Oh, I didn't know I had it like that. Fire breathing. Ah, I messed that up. Oh, boy. Oh, you can't drive, bro. There you go, them brakes kicked in. Where I'm going, I don't even know. I think I'm riding to New York to Sonetta TV. All right, that's ugly. That was it. I knew that was it. All right, that was fun to do, man. Really fun to do. I hope somebody was entertained and learned something from the video. Shout out. I had enough recreation. Time to go see my